Well, good morning and welcome back to the next video in our Long Dark Survival Mode series. Yes, we are exactly where I left us off at the end of the last video. We are in the little hut, which is in the little playground area, just on the edge of Milton, just on the edge of the transition area. That is where we are starting today. Just so you know what I've done overnight, I have slept through the night. I have gathered a little bit more firewood. I obviously, because this isn't a proper indoor location, it did drop below freezing. It wasn't too bad actually, but I did have to build a bit of a fire, and I had to run out in the middle of the night and go and grab a bit more firewood. But the Aurora was active, which did help me out a little bit, so that I could see what I was doing. So we are here. I've already looted this place. There was very, very little in it. One thing that was useful that I did find was a spare bedroll. So that's actually my old one. That's the one I brought with me. I've picked up, it's down at 40% condition. It's not in great shape. I've had another one there that's at 80%, so I've swapped them around. So I'm going to leave this one here. I'm going to take the brand new one with me. I've got a bit of a fire going here. It's been there for a while. I've already made some water on it, so it's warming us up quite nicely. I'm actually... Ooh, spot those matches, didn't see them before. Oh, that's tipped us over encumberment. Awesome. Such a small thing causing such a big problem. I'm going to eat this last piece of venison, simply because that then just gets rid of it. I've also just realised I've got a grape soda which is at 15%. I don't want to risk that, so I'm going to drop that here as well. So that gets us back under encumberment. So we are now here in Milton. We are pretty much ready to roll. I'm going to grab a torch and we shall get going. So what I'm thinking of doing, to start with, we'll head to the gas station. That seems like a good starting point. Although, in Wintermute, you actually need something to prise your way in, if I recall. So I don't have a pry bar. We'll see whether that's the same case here in Survival. We're going to make our way down here. This area is usually relatively wolf-free, but never bank on that. Oh, hello. Hey, dear. So we're going to head into the back of the gas station. So we're heading into areas which are slightly less wolf-free. Traditionally, this road here is usually quite dangerous. But it is the only way into Milton. Ah! God, I thought that was a bear. That properly made me jump, that did. Okay. Let's drop my torch down, and then I'm going to go for the eyes. I heard a growl. That would suggest there's more than one of them. That worries me slightly. I heard a growl. I actually got a hit, though, which is not easy with the revolver. I'm not going to lie. Getting a hit with the revolver is not very easy to do. It's not really designed for that. There's the wolf. I'll just skirt around a bit in case it stops his flight and decides to come charging at me. Here's a side door. Can I get in? Nope. That requires a pry bar. Oh. So it requires a pry bar in Survival as well. Oh. Right. Okay. Oh dear, now we are in trouble. I've got a couple of wolves over there. I can't get into the gas station. I need a pry bar, so I'm going to have to head into Milton itself. I suspect that wolf is going to drop, by the way, so we might have to have a think about coming back to find it for its pelt. I'm going to go wasting that kind of resource. Not bothered about the food, because that's what got me in this intestinal parasite mess in the first place, but the pelt would certainly be useful. Okay, now this is an area where you usually get wolves wandering down this main street. And you also get them wandering around the back. I think my only other real option here is to head for the Grey Mother's house. Which obviously won't be called that in Survival. I've played a survival game here before. In fact, yep, there's a wolf. Not a problem, we can go around the back. Milton is actually a relatively dangerous place to be, in many respects. There are a lot of wolves about. I'm just going to swap my torch. If I holster my torch and just bring my revolver out, I've only got one shot left with this. Grab a stick as I walk past it. I'll swing round the back. Generally speaking, once you're in the porch area of the Grey Mother's house, you're safe. The wolves can't get in there. Do a little sprint because I can hear growling. Just want to get on this porch area. Okay, so we're relatively safe now. There are wolves still about. But we're here in the Grey Mother's house. Obviously, it's not called the Grey Mother's house in this particular mode, because the Grey Mother obviously is a story mode character. So this is just going to, I suspect, be called Old House or something like that. But we're going to head inside. I've used this as a base before. Milton House is what it's called. But it's a big house. This is obviously where the Grey Mother usually sits. Oh, rifle! She's left her rifle for us. Awesome. Oh, and a cooking pot. She's left her cooking pot for us as well. If you've played Wintermute, you'll know that the Grey Mother makes some soup for us, which is there on the fireplace. Right, okay, so let's go through the... I'm still going to call it the Grey Mother's house. Let's go through the Grey Mother's house, and let's see what we can find. Obviously, I'm going to become very, very encumbered, but that's not too much of a problem. Let's sort that out in a minute. So I think I was going to sort of think about basing myself in the gas station, simply because it's a little bit nearer to the exit back to Mystery Lake, which is obviously our main base, but I'm going to, I think, base myself here instead. We'll go upstairs in a moment. More books, more wood matches. I think I'm going to leave behind some of these things that I'm gathering right now once we've looted this ground floor area. I still always do keep one watchful eye open for NPCs in survival, but NPCs don't feature in survival. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Oh, it's an empty box. That's why that didn't work. Got some pinnacle peaches. What I'm really after is food. We've got another cooking pot here. There's a big stove in here. I've forgotten about the size of that stove. 6 cooking slots on this stove. Anything in the freezer? Nope. Anything in the fridge? Oh, yes. Why you keep peanut butter in the fridge, but never mind. Maybe some people do. Maybe you're supposed to. I don't know. I don't, but I don't have peanut butter as a general rule anyway. I have almond butter, because I like almonds more than I like peanuts. Yeah, I know. We're well encumbered now. Oops, sardines. We've got some condensed milk. All good. Okay, so we've pretty much looted the ground floor. What I'm going to do now then is I'm going to just offload some of the stuff I'm carrying. So most of the food I'm carrying, I'm now going to offload into here, just simply to reduce our weight that we're carrying around with us. So just offload all of that, and as always, I usually put water into the freezer wherever I have a fridge freezer. I just put the water in the freezer, so I'm just going to offload a little bit of that. I'm just going to holster my... That's it. We need to be carrying that around with us. What else are we carrying that I can just drop down here, just to make our lives a little bit easier? Many cooking pots. I might as well drop all of the cooking pots onto the stove, simply because that will just get rid of some weight. So I need to remember to take something with me when I go wandering about. Firewood, yeah, we're carrying quite a lot of books. Let's drop those. Where can I drop those? Don't use any of that. Let's use this cupboard right next to the stove here. We'll just get rid of some of this firewood that we're carrying around with us. Books, other heavy things that we don't really need to be carrying. Let's get rid of some of these matches. We've got another book there. We'll come and sort all this out properly later. I literally just want to get rid of some of this weight that we're carrying around with us. I don't really need to be carrying right at this moment. Okay, so that's just going to let me go and explore the rest of the house. So let's go and have a look upstairs. Obviously, this is quite a big house, quite a few rooms. I'll tell you what, we'll start with the furthest and we'll work our way back. So this is a bit of a dump room. Lots of stacks of paper, so we're not going to go short of tinder. I'm going to break down that crate to get some firewood out of it. But the rest of this is, at the moment, there's nothing of any real use in here. Bathroom, obviously there's always water in the toilet cistern. So I'm just going to grab that. And we have another bedroom. Now, just bear with me a second. I'm just going to pause for a sec because there's something I just want to check. Okay, sorry about that. Basically, I just wanted to check the disk space available because I've had that happen before where I've run out of disk space and ended up losing the recording, so I was just getting a little bit worried. Okay, so I have a trunk. Nothing in it. That trunk is obviously very significant in Wintermute. That's where all of the climbing gear is. But obviously, it's already deployed in survival mode because if it isn't, you can't get into Milton, so... Number 2, got some more socks, and of course that sweatshirt that I did spot, don't worry, I had seen it. Okay, so not anything really in here. Let's just have a quick look. Obviously we're going to probably be using the bedroom which is closest to the top of the stairs. That we can break down for cloth if we need it. And then obviously we have this bedroom, which is the one I'm probably going to be using. What's that? Oh, some rifle ammunition. Random place to keep it. Anything under the bed? Nope. Anything behind the door? No. That looks like a revolver cartridge. That's useful. Okay, so we have looted the entire house. Not very much. Obviously we're in stalker mode, so there's never massive amounts of stuff in any of the buildings, but in all honesty, I was hoping for a little bit more, given how big this house is. So, yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. But, we are making a good start. We've got food, we've got the ability to make water, we can have a fire in here with a big stove, and we do have some odds and ends that we can make use of. So let's just sort through what we have, what we can leave behind. So we have a rifle and we have rifle ammunition. So we've got both of those. So that's useful. I was kind of hoping we might find a rifle when we got over here because that obviously gives us the ability to go hunting. Should we wish. Which we probably will need to for food. Oh, I've just realised I haven't taken my... dose of medication today, so I'm just going to do that because that will. I've only got one more of those left, and then we'll get our fatigue all the way back to the top. You can see that fatigue bar is getting progressively redder and redder, so hopefully we can get rid of this intestinal parasite risk, and then we'll start getting our fatigue level back to top again. Right, what else have we got that we can get rid of? Not a great deal we can drop. Might as well drop that. Do I need to drink? Oh, blimey, I do. Fully dehydrated. Let's just get rid of that shell. And we'll just drink some water. Obviously, I left behind a big chunk of that in the storage container. Or at least I thought I had. Sure I did. Okay. So, housekeeping stuff. We might as well drop that there book. We've got enough odds and ends in our fire starting kit in case we need to make a fire. Lots of spare clothing, most of which is not any better than what I'm wearing, so I'm probably not really going to use that. If I got a cupboard, I can just dump that in so I don't lose it. Tempted to use this tool cupboard in here for random stuff, so if I just go into the clothing, none of that is in particularly great shape. And none of it's particularly going to be any better than what I'm already wearing. So we might as well ditch it. We'll just keep what we've already got. Could we do with repairing some of them though? So that's freed up a bit more weight. That I can hang on to for firewood. That I can load into my revolver. Okay, so we're all in good shape right now. We've cleared out pretty much everything we don't need to be carrying. So, I want to go and explore some of the other places, see if we can get some more stuff. So, what I'm going to do then... food we should be fine with, water we should be fine with. Okay, let's head back outside then. And I'm going to make my way over to a couple of the other buildings around Milton to see what we can find. So, we're going to head over to the bank. And we're going to head to the post office and to some of the other houses. Obviously, we've got to be a bit careful. Let's just bring out the revolver and we will just reload it. That just saves time if we do need to use it. Oh, hi, wolf. That's interesting. The wolf is barking and running the opposite way. Ah, okay. The wolf has got a rabbit. Oh, if I had the hunting rifle, this would be a perfect opportunity. Going to say that was probably a shot too far, but there was actually a second wolf, so that was probably worth doing. I don't know whether I hit it. If I'd had a hunting rifle, I would have hit that with damage, but I doubt I actually did anything with that. But we shall take that as possibly a wasted bullet, but at least it scared two wolves away. So hopefully it's worth it for what we find in here, but we're probably not going to find anything knowing my luck. So let's have a quick nosy round. Okay, I'm going to leave those. We've got plenty of stacks of papers in the Grey Mother's house. We don't need stacks of papers. Don't need stacks of papers, don't need newsprints. I'm going to be leaving all of that behind. Cloth I'll take. Books I'm going to leave as well, simply because we've already got quite a few. And this isn't too far away from the Grey Mother's house if I do need to come and grab it. Cotton toque. Nah, we might as well leave that behind because, again, it's not going to be any better than what we've already got. I'm looking for interesting stuff. More valuable loot. Leave the book behind. No. Okay. Obviously we're going to get some water from here. Yeah, we're not going to find very much in here, I don't think, are we? I was kind of hoping we might find a pry bar, but I think that might be wishful thinking, to be honest. I think the best shot of us finding a pry bar is in the Grey Mother's... Oh, another revolver cartridge. Awesome. In the Grey Mother's shed at the back of that house. That's where you find one in Wintermute, so hopefully there'll be one out there. I've got a candy bar. Anything in the microwave? Oh, yes, some coffee. Awesome. In a Hinterland mug. Nothing in that. That's just a cardboard box. Obviously, in Wintermute, we need to track down the combination to get the vault open. In this playthrough, it's already open. In the locker. Whether we can get into the safety deposit boxes though without keys is another question. We might find we still need to go and get the keys. We'll have a look. Nothing in many of these. Not surprised, to be honest. We are. Ooh. We might as well have it because it's tinned, I suppose. Give it a stack of papers. Yeah, we could just open these. We don't need. I don't think we're going to find anything particularly useful in any of them, but we'll have a nosy through. Ooh. Rifle cartridge, that's useful. Book I've left behind. Book we'll leave behind. The ones that are already open we can't search, obviously. Okay, so not very much in there, and we've already searched all that. So that's pretty much it for the bank. So not very much. Oh, we can search cash register. What are we going to find inside it? A fishing line, random thing to keep in a cash register. We do have a safe. I have got out of the habit of cracking these, to be honest, because they usually just have rubbish inside them. And they take a lot of time and effort to crack, and they never have anything useful in them. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the bank. No more cash. Doesn't matter, we don't need it anyway. Okay, so we're going to leave the bank. And I'm going to head over to one of the other buildings. So we're going to carry on our little looting expedition. Hopefully avoiding the wolves as we do it. That's my hope, anyway. Okay, let's go. This is Milton Post Office. Now, Milton Post Office, we can't really get much from the front. But I'm not sure if you can get in the back. I think you can in Wintermute, or you certainly could in original. Right. Okay. Oh, it's happened again. Oh. Okay. Right. We found a glitch. I really hope I can... Right. Okay. We have found a glitch. Oh, it's happened again. Oh. Do you know what? In all these years of playing The Long Dark, that's the first time I've ever come across a glitch. I have heard of other players coming across glitches and weird things, but that's the first time it's ever happened to me. And now it's happening wherever I try and walk. Oh, okay. Right. Hopefully, I can get back out. There we go. Hopefully, we can go back outside. That genuinely is the first time I have ever come across a glitch in The Long Dark. I have never come across one before. Not a proper one, anyway. I've had weird wolf behaviour, but I don't think that was glitches. I think that was just the AI at the time being a bit basic. Okay, so we're not going to be exploring the post office. That's the first bit of news. Second bit of news, I'm hoping I can get into the back. Now, in Wintermute you can, but it is a little bit of a faff if I recall. I'm going to go through the car. There might be something useful in here. I'm walking around very cautiously now because I'm sort of half expecting that to happen every single time I do anything. That was weird. That genuinely is, yeah. Okay, well, we'll carry on exploring then. We can't get into the back of the post office. I'm pretty sure you can in Wintermute. There's a way of getting in through this door, but obviously right now we can't. There's two houses here that we can explore. And obviously there is the Grey Mother's shed. Which I'm actually half tempted just to go and have a quick look in, see if there's a pry bar. There's a whetstone. Some leather. And some more leather. Oh, that was a bit disappointing. I was really hoping there'd be a pry bar in here. So I really want to get in the gas station. I'm not going to be able to do that unless I find a pry bar somewhere else. So I'm hoping I'm sure there will be one here somewhere in Milton. It's just a case of finding it. Okay, so let's have a quick look through these houses then, which are almost like TARDISes. They're much bigger on the inside than they are on the outside. That's always amused me about the Long Dark. The houses always feel much bigger inside than they look on the outside. Okay, what's that? Oh, it's just the bottom of the TV. Okay, so this has pretty much been ransacked already. I don't think we're going to find too much in here, but it's always worth having a look. Oh, Go Energy Drink! Yeah, so that is something that I'm aware of. That is something that was introduced. That's kind of almost when you need a stimulant, but bear in mind there's going to be a crash. It's a bit like an emergency stim, but a bit less dramatic. Because the emergency stim will give you a sudden, massive adrenaline boost, but then you have a massive crash afterwards. You'll have your fatigue level will just go fully white, and you'll have full energy and full health. but then afterwards your fatigue will just go instantly drop to red, and you'll basically collapse. So the emergency stim is very much for emergency use only, and I've only ever used it once. Okay, so can't get in the fridge, can't get in the freezer. They are not explorable. And there is absolutely nothing of any value in here whatsoever. I've got a thin wool sweater. It's probably no better than what I'm already wearing. I've got some painkillers and some soda. And absolutely nothing. And obviously we have going to get some water, which we might as well have. It's free water, so we might as well have it. Saves us having to make it. And then I have my first aid kit as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this little house. Okay, well, we are pretty much hitting the time limit for this video. So what I shall do, we'll just drop into the other house. We'll have a quick nosy, and then hopefully we can pick up and do something a little bit more constructive in the next video, go and explore some of the bigger locations without glitching through the floor, hopefully. So which was the house we looked at? It was that one. So let's go to the other one. Which is the smaller one. But we're going to find even less in here. It's going to be one of these bare bones houses, isn't it? Oh no. There's actually a corridor. Not very much in here. 2-story house, this one. Have a little bathroom here with some more free water. Obviously I'm now carrying quite a bit of water, so I'm going to be well encumbered. But obviously that doesn't matter, because we're only going back over the road. Oh, we have some freezer that we can search. An oven that we can search. Cabinets. Not a lot in any of it. I think we're doing all right for food at the moment. We've picked up a fair few bits of man-made food, and obviously we do have that rifle, so we can go hunting. So I'm hoping we'll be all right for food. Food is proving to be one of the bigger challenges in the Long Dark. The game difficulty has been rebalanced slightly, and it's now much. It's food which is proving the challenge, which is probably true to real life, to be honest, because water's easy to make. I always find these a bit spooky, where it's just a cot in the middle of an empty room. It's always a bit spooky. Okay, so I'm going to head back to Grandmother's house. So, thank you very much for joining me, as always. I am the Photo Gamer. We are going to be continuing with our Long Dark playthrough. Whoops, if I can find the door. Where is it? It's here somewhere. There it is. We're going to be carrying on with our Long Dark playthrough in the next video, so please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We've got Wintermute coming as well. But until next time, I am the Photo Gamer, and as always, I shall see you again, and hopefully I won't see a wolf very, very soon.